Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. It's time for your daily dose of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Now, I do have a couple of historical battles in the works that we're going to be having here soon, but I don't have the research fully done on exactly what we're going to do, and I have limited time for recording today, so I did want to get something for you. And I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at another one of the missions in Naval Academy. In this case, we're going to look at the one of the new missions, the Meet the U.S. Battleships mission. In this particular mission, two large experimental battleships of the 1920s and of U.S. design are your main adversaries. He's also got 4 destroyers, so we've got to be careful of that. But we just need to sink the 2 battleships in order to win the mission. So as with the usual case here, we've got options as far as what we're going to choose. Enhanced firepower seems to be the way that I probably want to go. You can see we've got some bonuses to shells, explosives, gun layout, control station, big guns, small guns. So I like to have the technology. If we can keep them at a distance and do that, that's the way we're going to go with this. I'm not entirely sure what this is because I played with this a little bit yesterday, but didn't really decide on any kind of a design. So we've got Dreadnought 2, Battle Cruiser 2, and Armored Cruiser 5. As far as our available options now. Obviously, with Armored Cruiser 5, we have a lot more available to us, and I'm feeling like that's the way I'm going to go with this, to go with a larger number, but smaller, so I can maximize the number of guns I have firing, because I want to neutralize those destroyers before he can get in there and nail me with a couple of torpedoes. So let's go ahead through the design process here. Reduce the range, first of all. It's not necessary. We'll keep everything as is for the moment. Let's look at what towers we have. I also want to get myself as much room to build as possible, at least to start. So the tower is going to take up a lot of space on this, but I want the best towers possible because that's where we're going to get our accuracy and the best firepower available. Main guns. What do we got? We can only go up to 11-inch guns, Mark III, with these heavy cruisers. I think we can get bigger guns if we go with the Dreadnought instead, but I'm not going to do that in this case. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the big guns on either side, and then let's see what kind of small guns we have available to us. We've got a few spots we can put secondaries, but not many. Wow, that's really just about it. And it looks like we might be able to squeeze some on the deck here. These secondaries are definitely going to be handy for dealing with the destroyers. I thought I saw a spot I could put them here. How about casemate? Looks like we've got some spots for some casemate guns. Yep, lots of those. All right, any more secondaries? Probably a spot up here. We can go with those. Maybe, maybe not. All right. Honestly, I'm not even going to worry about those 2 since we got the casemates. We're just going to go with this. So not a lot of guns, but we're going to have a lot of them. So that'll make a difference. We need a funnel. Let's go with the big one. Hopefully 1 will be enough. If we go with the forced, what's that get us? Still 9 cruisers. Only 46.8 engine efficiency. We're going to have to switch over to oil burners. That gives me 58%. That's not enough. And I don't think that changing the type of engines matters. So we're going to need a second funnel. That gets us 100%. All right, we're down to just 6 heavy cruisers, though. I'm not crazy about that. We've got some room to go here, but not a whole lot. 4-weight offset. There, that gets us just about to even. We're definitely going to want super heavy shells. And I think we can go high TNT. That drops us to 5, though. Alright, we're going to go with the Lyddite ones. We're going to try to cause some explosions. Citadel 3 is the best we can do here. Give me a rangefinders. Give me the best turrets I can get. We're overweight. We can drop a half a knot and take care of that. That gives me 6 heavy cruisers without really doing a whole lot to the armor. I think we're okay where we are. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that a try. See what we come up with here. Okay, can my 6 heavy cruisers take out 2 battleships and 4 destroyers? Now, it's interesting that they're French because the whole point of this mission is meet the U.S. battleships. But we're getting French ships. And we are... What are we, Italian? Yeah, we're Italian. Okay. High explosives. We're already in range, so that's good news. I may need to go armor piercing for the sake of trying to take out these battleships. But I'm watching for those destroyers, because that's my immediate concern. Wow, we actually just about got a hit there. Alright, we gotta slow down. Get that sweet spot, which usually happens right here between half and full. The cruisers are going to go full bore and just kind of fly right toward him, it looks like. Oh, that's right. These are all cruisers. What am I doing here? These guys are set as screens. I don't want that. We're going to slow them down. So we've basically got 2 units that we've got to control independently the way we're doing this. Looks like they're all firing on the same battleship right now. Alright, we've got a couple of hits. Not sure how much that's going to do. Oh, we got over penetration with 11-inch guns, high explosives. So you can see his destroyers are right here. We just don't see them yet. This is what I'm hoping for with that many cruisers, that we'll land some hits. Even though I'm pretty weak myself. Let's go ahead and go to 2 times. I think we should be good there. We've only got 2 hours on this mission, which is a lot less than I've had for some of the ones I've done. Looks like every one of my ships is firing on him right now. Not getting a lot of hits though, and he just nailed me. Alright, here come the destroyers. We've got to worry about torpedoes. So I'm going to target his destroyers with these 3. Gotta try and neutralize them as quickly as I can. There's 4 of them. Hopefully those 11-inch guns. Man, I just can't hit anything right now. Hopefully these 11-inch guns can take these guys out pretty fast. If they can hit him. I'm going to go ahead and get everybody targeting these guys. I don't want these torpedoes messing me up. Plus we can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. Our 5-inchers are firing now too. There we go. There's a big hit. Oh, and that's a sinking hit. Very nice. That's helpful. So they switched onto the rear target. So we've got one of the 4 taken out. We got to get the other 3, and then we can go after these battleships. Okay, he released torpedoes because he's turning. So we're gonna plan for that because we're super close to these guys. So we've got to assume torpedoes are headed my way. Now this is where it gets tricky because I've got 3 guys in a line. There's a good chance that even if the lead ship misses, that he's going to get me with the other ones. I'm going to turn these guys this way. Come on, take them out. There's a hit. Big hit. He might sink. See how quickly that water gets in on him. Yeah, we might have him. I think we do. Excellent. He's gone. So 1 hit on both of those destroyers did it. I'm watching for torpedoes. Looks like we've turned our sights back on the battleship. My 5-inch guns must be firing on the closer one. Come on, baby. Let's get this guy. I haven't seen any torpedo warnings. Let's go get a glimpse at where we are. My second group's going this way. We'll start heading up here. Now we'll go that way so we can keep our guns on him. Alright, we got some hits on this one. Alright, there's our torpedo warning. Looks like it's really just the Regina we got to worry about here. Speed up. And turn sharper. Alright, speeding up actually might have cost me getting hit there. I might have been okay if I hadn't sped up. Ouch. Alright, we're okay. We're okay. That's not going to cause a sinking. The next one might. They're doing their own thing now to avoid these torpedoes. That's fine. Finish him. There we go. One left. That should do it. There we go. All right. Now it's all about the battleships, who've apparently also fired their own torpedoes. Alright, we just got to get these guys kind of sorted out now. We're getting awful close. We got the heroine and the vérité. I think that means truth in French. So these battleships are firing their torpedoes now. Get a glimpse of where that thing is. Right there. Alright, we should be good. As long as Regina gets moving a little faster. Yeah, those 5-inchers aren't going to do much. I see a lot of them flying that way. He's got 16-inch guns, and he's getting over penetration on me. Alright, we may need to switch to AP because it doesn't seem like we're doing a lot this way. So let's give AP a try. Or, yeah, AP, that's what I meant. Where's that torpedo? I may actually be making it easier for him to hit me here. That's gonna nail me. And we just lost the Regina. Let's pause for a second here. All right. Sometimes when I pause like that, it's not because I have to rethink my strategy. It's because I'm a dad and a husband, and things still go on around the house even when I'm in the middle of recording a video. In this case, my wife and daughter got home, so I had to go say hi, talk about dinner. Back to the battle now. Let's take a look here. Oh, come on, come on. Alright, we're starting to get some damage on Verite. It's not really showing. But everything's just dinging right off of him. Especially those 5 inches. There's really not even a point to firing those. We gotta slow these guys down. You can see 350 completely blocked. These 11-inch guns are just not penetrating even though I'm hitting him like crazy. So I'm wondering if maybe I try to get away from him. Maybe we can have better luck hitting him on the deck. Because obviously everything we're doing from up close is just bouncing off the side of his hull. So let's see if we can maybe get some plunging fire going. Jeez. 387 blocked shells. These 11-inchers just can't get it done when he's got 12-inch armor. Good night. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to high explosives. Maybe we can at least start some fires and cause some damage that way. And we're starting to, you can see now we're getting some distance, so we're getting a little more arc on the shots. So maybe we can start landing some on the deck. Cause some damage that way. How far are we? We're not far enough away yet. We gotta keep going. Bolzano, he's probably not gonna last. There's another torpedo in the water. So we're starting to get a little bit of damage now. Now that we're putting some distance, Bolzano's gone. Now that we switched to high explosives and we're getting a little further away, we're starting to land some hits on the deck. It's gonna have to be how this is. Mid-deck, that was him hitting me. We got penetration on mid-deck. Mid-deck penetration, mid-belt penetration. No, that was him on me. Man, this is just rough. Now we're losing accuracy. Probably should have gone with the Dreadnoughts. We're just not getting enough penetration with these 11-inch guns. No, those are the lessons you have to learn. Let's start turning this way. Just not sure we're going to have enough firepower to get this done. I might have to try and maybe get up close to try and get the penetration. Because now I'm losing accuracy, and it doesn't look like we're penetrating now either. Let's go back to AP and see if they do anything on the decks from this distance. Oh, he hit me with a torpedo. Nothing. We've got 500 completely blocked shots. This doesn't appear to be working. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to get close. Because the further away I get, the less effective I'm becoming. It's not doing any better to get up close, or to get further away and try to get plunging shots. Although it looks like we're still hitting the side. Nothing. Nothing and more nothing. But at least we're getting out of his torpedo range. We got penetration with a 5-inch. Okay. Alright, we'll speed things up a little bit. He's definitely getting hits on me. I'm overshooting everything, it seems. down to just 300 16-inch shells on that one. He's got a ton. I might just be hopelessly outgunned this time around. Well, we're going to keep plugging away here. Maybe we can cause enough explosive and fire damage. No. We're up to 539 shots that have bounced off of him. I do have him down to 81%. We're just going to have to get in close and see what happens. See if I can outlast him that way. Zara's going to take the lead now. We're at 6 kilometers, 22% chance to hit. But only a 15% chance of penetration. And that, my friends, remains the problem. So probably either need to add some torpedoes or go with bigger guns. Alright, we're getting some hits as we get closer. Some penetration. Oh boy. We're in the middle of a little cluster of craziness here, and we're going to watch Suprema get nailed by a torpedo. I'm getting frustrated enough that I'm not really worrying about it too much because I'm going to have to restart this battle to win it anyway. Let's do that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go with our rebuild now. We're going to try Battlecruiser. I can get up to a 16-inch gun, but they're Mark 1s, and they've got this crazy long reload time. I can go to 14-inch and get half the time as far as reload, plus they're Mark 3, so they're a little more advanced technology. And I feel like that might get the job done. I can actually, and there's only 7-second difference between the two, so we're going to go with, oh yeah, there we go. We're going to go with at least 2 of these. We'll see if we get really lucky, we might be able to get a third one and maybe even a fourth. I don't know if 14-inchers now we can't get barbettes. And that one, it won't let me push it any further up. So there's nothing to be gained by trying to do any more than that. Main tower, it's only advanced tower 2. Secondary, we can get rear tower 6, maybe? I'm going to have to scoot this. No, it's not going to let me scoot that back any further. I may have to go with a smaller rear tower. Yeah, that one's not going to fit. Okay. So there's that. There should be, it appears, room either for some smaller main guns or for some secondaries. So let's give that a try. Yeah, see, we can get some 10 inches on the side. I don't know if I can get an 11. Let's try that. We can go 11. Can we go 12? No, 11's the biggest we can go. Now the next question is, can we do 3-barrel 11s on the side? We can. All right, so that's helpful. We can get main guns on the side. We've got an aft weight offset that we can kind of deal with here. And we'll see where it puts us after we adjust everything else. Looks like we're going to be British this time. Is that British? Yep. All right, we'll do our usual thing here with, we can go all the way up to Krupp 3 armor. Get at least a Citadel 3. We definitely want the super heavy shells. We definitely want the best with all of this. And with these guns, I really need the penetration, so I think I'm going to go high TNT this time. That gets us down to 4 battlecruisers. And we're probably not there yet. We still need a funnel too. We can probably get more than one. That'll help us stay alive a little longer with the efficiency. That gets us to 96%. Oil gets us to 100. I want everything I can to keep this thing moving and keep it operational as best as possible. I'm concerned about those torpedoes from those destroyers. Let's see what we can do with any kind of secondaries. And there's not really any spots for secondaries on this thing, at least not 5-inch. There's a few spots. And I'm not sure that smaller ones are going to do me a whole lot of good. No spot. We can go 2-inch casemate guns, but that's kind of pointless. Yeah, even if I do squeeze some of these on here, their arc of fire is going to be so limited. I'd rather invest that money and weight into other things. Let's at least get anti-torpedo 1 on there. Let's get some anti-flood. We're getting close on cost. That's a little bit of a concern, but I'm not going to really worry about armor too much because these are battle cruisers after all. I've got a little bit of a weight offset issue still with the... No. That gets us almost completely balanced. We've got plenty of room on weight. It's cost that's killing me, so maybe we go to Krupp 2 armor and kind of offset that a little bit. It gives us a little more to deal with. All right, I think that's probably about all we can really... We're at 25% torpedo damage reduction. Here's 40%. But I think it adds a lot of weight. Not a lot. That gets us 55% reduction in torpedo damage. I think I'm going to do that because I'm honestly more concerned about the destroyers and their torpedoes than I am about the battleships. So we'll see. We'll see if this does the trick. I might have a little bit of trouble killing the battleships, but if I can take out the destroyers and use my speed to keep enough distance from the battleships, but also have that maneuverability to avoid the torpedoes, then I might be okay. So Valiant, New Zealand, Lord Warden are the 3 that we're going with here. I don't know if I lost some of my... No, it's just they were going slow to start. My engine efficiency should be good. All right, so we've got three ships, each firing 4 main guns. Total of 12 on this side. We'll see if they do anything at all. I don't know what kind of accuracy we've got, but we're going to find out. We're at about 6.3% chance at 14 kilometers. That's not bad for that distance. Go ahead and speed things up to double speed for now. Not a ton of 14-inch shells available, but enough to keep us going for a little while. Looks like we did get a hit already, but not a lot of damage. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to get them in a tight formation, which is good for now. It's going to be bad when we have torpedoes flying at us, but it'll help with accuracy. You can see there's a 5% bonus for tight own spread. And I'm starting to get that cruise speed bonus at its maximum. It should get up to about 25% when it's all said and done. Alright, we're getting some damage on this battleship. I'm hoping just the numbers. You know, it's kind of a numbers game. You do enough firing, eventually something's got to hit and cause some damage. And with this many shells coming in, there we go. There's an ammo detonation. That was nice. No sight of the destroyers yet. Let's get back and look at my own formation. I am a little concerned about the destroyers. I'm going to turn a little bit this way so we're going a little more away from him, so it won't be as hard to stay ahead of those destroyers. Come on, baby, let's get some hits. Yeah, we're getting a lot of well, not a lot of bounces. We've got so far 1 ammo detonation, 7 full penetration, 1 partial. So the majority, just barely, but the majority of shells that have hit have penetrated so far. We'll get a little more information on the chances of penetration once I identify the ship. So far, so good. Now the destroyers are going to wreak havoc on that plan when they come into position. But if I can outrun the destroyers and maybe sink 1 or 2 of them, maybe I can ignore the others. I probably can't outrun them, but we'll see. Depends on their technology. There's another full penetration. There's a nice hit. We've got him almost down by half. Still no sight of the destroyers. What's our distance? We're at still about 10.9 kilometers. I want to stay outside of 10 for as long as I can, especially since I'm significantly winning the damage contest right now at this distance. I seem to be doing much better than he is. I don't think his guns are any bigger than mine. He's just got more armor than I do. There, we're starting to zero in on him now. 18 full penetration hits. Okay, here's our first sight of the destroyers. I'm gonna get my rear ships to start focusing on them. Come on. Or at least the Valiant. I won't worry about the other one yet. No, I don't want you to go that way. Now, these things are notoriously hard to hit. But I don't want to completely give up on this battleship since I've already got him down under half. I want to finish him off before I worry about these destroyers the rest of the way. They're just going to be so hard to hit. Really, one good solid hit should be all it takes. Come on, baby. There's a hit. Nice. That didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. Make sure he's firing high explosives. I don't want all of them firing high explosives. I guess we'll let him do it for now. Maybe we'll get lucky on that battleship with high explosives too. All right, let's be careful here because he's gonna get his torpedoes in the water before long. I want to actually turn away from him. Okay, what do we got here? So we've got top speed 25 knots, so I can definitely outrun him. He's got 14-inch guns. And right now let's look at our statistics on this. Whoa, wait, what? What just happened? He just nailed me. He got a ammo detonation, 2,600 damage. Dude just hooded me. Ouch. That's the problem with the battlecruisers. Not enough armor to prevent that. Well, that changes things dramatically. Now I kind of have to ignore the destroyers and try to finish these guys off before they do the same to me. So I'm going to get up to full speed. We're going to try to... I want to see what their top speed is. I'm sure they can keep up with me, but the battleships can't keep up with me. So if I can get out in front of them and maybe get a better chance of penetration. Oh, he's starting to turn. We got to finish this guy before he gets away. Come on, baby. We're landing hits, but they're not doing anything. Let's see if when we switch to armor piercing, if we have any better luck. Yeah, we're starting to not have luck with hitting. Armor piercing aren't doing anything. Oh, I'm nervous, but I'm hoping the extra speed will help. Make it harder for him to hit, even though it'll be harder for me to hit him too. There we go. There we go. We're getting hits. The high explosives are doing better. He's pretty much dead in the water. But he's still able to fire, so until then, he's a threat. And I've got to put him away. This guy's right up on me. Okay, so this is cool. My main batteries are still firing on them, but now you can see that my other main guns, these are main guns, are firing on the destroyer. That's exactly what I want to have happening right now. So that's ideal. I don't want to change that at all. Come on, baby, finish that destroyer off. Big hits, big hits. One of his destroyers just came in and gave him screen. There's a big hit. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Even though I lost that one to a lucky shot. We're just going to count on the fact he's not going to do that again. That destroyer should be just about done. He's done. Perfect. Now we've got to finish off the Archangel Uriel. Nice. Because his guns are not destroyed, so he's still a threat. He could still hurt me. Oh, we've switched. Darn it. I hate that. I absolutely hate that they do that. They've switched targets. I understand that he's not as big a threat as the Gangut is, but I'm so close to killing that other one, and I had the range on him. I was hitting him. To switch now is just... I really hope they changed. And see, that's why. He just scored another ammo detonation hit on me. And now I'm 1-on-2. I really hope they change that before the final release. I don't know if I can do this now. And now I've got to reacquire the target. Ugh. Alright, we're going to slow down. See, because he's still firing. And if he's still firing, he can do to me what they did to the other two. So frustrating. Let's move away from him. Try to get some distance because we're down to 8.3 kilometers, and I didn't want to be that close. I just wanted to get out in front of him. Getting a lot of partial penetrations now. I think I might need to switch to AP. There it is. All right. 1-on-1. Just you and me, dude. He only needs one lucky hit, though. Ouch. That did nothing. I think we were having better success with HE. Come on, New Zealand. You can do this. Oh, we're getting hit. It's only a matter of time before he scores the big one. And he's damaged 2 of my big guns, too. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. I don't think 3 battle cruisers is enough in that situation. Oh boy. Well, we're going to wrap it up right there. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. We haven't tried the big battleships yet, but I'm just worried they're going to be too slow and they're going to be vulnerable to those torpedoes. So if I try those, I may have to load them up with anti-torpedo. So looks like anti-torpedo was unnecessary on the battle cruisers because he never really got close enough to use them. So those are all the things that are kind of going through my mind as we tried that mission twice and failed. So let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. We'll be back tomorrow. We will be doing a historical battle. I'm excited about that. Looking forward to it. Thanks for watching.